What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel.
Here we go. You guys ready for this?
It's another.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
Oh, yeah.
This is another chaotic day.
Yeah.
1 year ago, as you may or may not know, we are high school coaches, and 1 year ago we did a full high school team eliminator. Took forever.
Took a long time.
They were rowdy as heck, but you know what? Today it's the end of our season again. It's our last night, fun night, and so we challenged each of our high school teams. So we broke them into 4 teams. Here's what we're gonna do. Team 1 is going to be 5 of our seniors from varsity who also play baseball. We are going to bowl against them. They're going to bowl 1 Baker game. We're going to bowl 2-man Baker, normal style. And then Team 2, that's going to be the rest of our varsity guys and our top JV guys. We are going to bowl against them using only our spare ball. So we're going to bowl those 2 games at the same time. When that's done, we're going to bowl 2 more games against teams 3 and 4. Team 3 is the rest of JV. We are going to bowl against them with a house ball. And then Team 4 is going to be the girls team, and we have to take them on left-handed. So this is going to be interesting. It's going to get rowdy because we're going to take the total 4-game series of all 4 teams against our 4 games, see who comes out on top. So it's going to get some rowdy. There's going to be some heckling. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Hey, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We greatly appreciate it. But hope you guys enjoy. Any parting words for this craziness? Here we go.
That felt like a Jay and Silent Bob moment.
Right. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Oh, you got more to say. He's got more to say.
I think the kids beat us last year. Well,
there was a kid that won
that thing. So kind of little bragging rights going on here. Yeah.
We made it pretty far in the eliminator, but
we did. This will be a little more interesting. It'd be a nice, little bit faster pace.
Yes. Yes, we need to go faster because this is not only our fun night, we're going to go out for our banquet and have some pizza out at 00 Pizza out in Elkhorn. So if you're in the Omaha area, you got to try that place out. Fantastic pizza.
God, so good.
So good. So thank you to 00 for helping us out. Thanks to Vice, my sponsor. Thanks to Mockingbird Lanes for allowing us to put this on. And thank you guys for watching and subscribing. Ready to get it done?
Get ready, it's showtime, baby.
All right, let's get it done. Here's what we got. Team 1, you guys decide your order, you got it? Yeah. Team 2, you guys are T2, so you start second, you got your order? All right, got our order?
We got our order.
All right, here we go. Game 1. Check. 1, 2. Mike, is this mic working? Is the mic working?
3, 4. Michael.
Hey, the mics weren't working. Actually, the mics were working. It was the receiver that was not working. Smart me, I decided to throw these. They're brand new. It's a brand new set. Really nice set of microphones here. Has a case that charges. I assumed it would charge everything, which it normally does. It charged these up, but it did not charge the receiver fully, and so it died right as we started. So there's absolutely no sound for the rest of this video. We decided instead of throwing in some music, we're gonna do some commentary as the bowling is going on. So we're gonna get this party started and see what we're working with.
This was pretty interesting. There was a senior league on before us, and there was not only a lot of oil, but a lot of carry down.
Yeah, push down. Even though Zach went to the left there, he kept it inside. You can see Troy here throwing more of a normal line, did not finish, and we leaving a 2-8. Zach righted himself here. Oh, 2-8-10, yes, you're standing in the way. I didn't see that. So Zach covered it nicely here, though. Troy throwing a Hail Mary, backup ball. It was a pretty good attempt.
I mean, not bad.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Considering I don't do that very often.
So here we are throwing plastic ball. Already isn't going to hook, so it goes away light. And as you can see, Angel on the other side also went light. Was able to cover up the spare pretty well. I made sure I stayed as far right as I could to get in the little bit of hook that there was on the way outside. Angel did the same thing on his spare and picked it up nicely. So
he's come a long way in a short period of time.
Yes, he has. Chuck decided to throw a urethane here. I don't think that was the right play, but we were going against him, so I wasn't going to tell him anything different. But you see he went light.
We gave them all the coaching that we needed up to this point.
Exactly. He should know what to do. I went light there as well, still trying to figure out the shot. Chuck almost skates by this spare, but picks it up okay. I made my little bit of adjustment, was able to pick up the 2-8 as well. I had to pick that up after Angel just picked his up. I can't not pick up the spare that my kid just did, so.
Here I'm throwing my plastic ball, and you know, off the hand it seemed fine, but didn't keep it right where I should have, but you know. And then guess what? I missed my spare.
Yep. Going straight at it, in the oil, in the middle, not gonna move at all. Meanwhile, Kyle here knows it's slick, but he pulls a little and hooks past it. One of the few times we saw the ball really check up. Now this one here is interesting because Gavin, he was throwing a ball that we just sanded up before state and he ended up not using. So he's using something with surface, knowing that it was going to be a little bit slick, and it actually checked up a little early. Look at the 5-pin carry there, I tell you what.
That's right.
And then we worked really hard before state on spares, and we specifically worked on these 310 baby splits, and he picked it up like a master. That's coaching right there, I tell you. A little bit of his skill too. The one person who seemed to actually have a pretty good ball reaction was Kevin. Smashed the hole, left a 10-pin. Later on, I think he strikes on his other shot. But meanwhile, I go high and tight with the spare ball.
Dialed in.
That's right. And even though Kevin threw a really good first ball, he pulls it just a hair and ends up flagging that 10-pin. So it's giving us a pretty big lead. Slavey steps up here with a urethane ball as well. Goes just a touch high, but it was a pretty good shot. I made my adjustment after going light on this lane. Another good shot.
It was a nice adjustment.
So we get that double and it brings us right back into the game, gives us a slight lead over the boys. And Gavin tried to give it back away.
There's Daniel. Throwing a great shot.
Great shot, yes. He got it out to the friction where it actually was hooking a little bit.
He was pretty juiced after that one.
Yep.
There I am, skating light again.
Yep, still not far enough right. You'll see he makes that adjustment a little later. Nice pickup.
We get there eventually, I think, what, 10th frame maybe?
Yeah. Thomas crushes the hole here, so he feels like he's dialed, which is great. He's not cocky at all, so, you know. And then, find a little bit of friction and jump high on you.
It wasn't a great spare attempt, but you know what? I got the pin count.
That's right. That is important. High and tight again with spare ball. Once I found that first shot, after that first shot, I was dialed in after that. Cody trying to start in the friction, didn't quite catch it as well and didn't get it up, but he covers it nicely here. Back to the top of the order, so Zach pulls it again, so he doesn't give it a chance to be far enough right, leaves another 310 just like Gavin did, but through our spare practice that we did, picks it up like a champ. Back over to us against team one here, get the strike, keep us in that. Troy now gets it out to the friction. It does start to come back, but not quite enough. So the ball was in the right spot. Feet needed to move just a hair farther right. Cleans it up nicely. Back over to Angel. He's playing too deep for this particular line. Needs to be able to get it out, so he probably should have made about a 5-and-5 move right, and he probably would have been golden. But picks up the bucket very nicely.
29-30.
Chuck coming in light again. Still,
he's the one throwing the wrong ball.
yeah, still doing the wrong ball. But that's all right. That's all right.
That's right, part of the learning process. Troy comes back, gets it out further, and it checks up even harder on him. Close attempt, here we go, another high and tight spare shot. Rocket to the pocket.
Looks like old school bowling right there.
That does, yeah, I kind of like it. Kyle coming up just a little bit light, and since he pulled the spare shot last time, he made sure to give it room, give it a little too much room, and gets just the 9, or get just the 8-pin. Dahl again, that ball just checks a little bit too early for him, so might not have been the best ball choice, or maybe needed to move a little bit left. And then after we complimented his excellent spare shooting, he whiffs on a 3-pin, which is all right by us because we come back, we're hanging in there, I go a little bit high. But now with that spare and there are 2 straight opens, we are now within 2 pins. Kevin comes back for team 2, gets the late falling 10-pin. So threw 2 great balls. Kevin really picked up his game as the season went along.
Yes, he did.
So Troy moves his feet a little bit to the right, but then didn't get the ball out there. Skates on by. That looked like it would have been a good strike ball.
Yeah.
Gavin comes up in the 9th frame and flushes it. After coming high the last 2 times, Troy makes an adjustment, throws a great ball, just a little bit weak on that 10. But picks up the spare and keeps us within 3 pins going into the 10th frame. So this is a tight match. I wouldn't be, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit nervous. High and tight though, crushed another one. Just that plastic ball was just money. Who would have thought that on a really slick pattern, a plastic ball was the play?
Saw me there cheering on my partner.
Yeah. Daniel flushes yet another one. So here's Mr. Cocky, steps up and gets a little bit high, leaves a 3-9, and then he misses it and swings the door wide open for us. So I step up, I just need to mark, and almost disaster, but I tripped that 9 out, cover the 4 pins, so now I just need some count to win this game, get the 7 count, giving us the 5-pin victory against Team 1. So they had their chance, we gave them the opportunity. But Team 2, Troy keeps everything a little bit tighter, smashes the hole with a plastic ball.
Finally gets dialed in for a shot. Pulled that one. But, you know, it held pretty well.
Held pretty well, and it was enough. Cleaned up that spare. So at this point, they do have an opportunity. If Cody strikes out here, they beat us by a couple pins, but he doesn't get that first one. So that's a 20-some pin swing here. Picks it up nicely, and then of course, when there's no pressure on him, he flushes the last one. So while they had a chance to shoot a 186 if they would have struck out, they end up with a 163, giving us the 19-pin victory. So after first match, you can see 5-pin victory over Team 1, 19-pin victory over Team 2 with our spare ball. Things are looking pretty good for us at this point.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Not too bad. We so not only are we bowling against the 4 different teams, but it was a combined pinfall win. So there's still a chance. There's still a chance for the kids to beat the coaches.
That's right. Because we're going into these next 2 matches throwing a house ball and then throwing left-handed. So we definitely have some opportunities here. So I'm showing everybody here this blue ball. That's an 11-pound house ball that I'm going to throw right-handed. And Troy, you're throwing a
Brunswick GTB.
Fanatic BTU, I think.
BTU.
Yeah.
GTB.
So it
BTU.
didn't fit you. We know that. Not perfectly.
Not perfectly, but you know.
It wasn't your ball.
That is correct.
It's not a true alley ball, but it was on there. And then this is a 10-pound red alley ball that I'm throwing left-handed. And you're going to throw the same thing.
I'm going to throw the same thing.
Not same thing as me. Same thing as you.
Same thing as me.
Yeah, the Brunswick BTU.
Left-handed, right-handed.
Yeah.
Just
So
yelling at his mic.
So yeah, I was mad at the mic here. So Ryan steps up first for the JV squad and leaves a 9-pin, not a 9-pin, a 9-count. Yeah, sorry, 9-count, which he's getting tired of leaving 9 counts. He seems to do that quite a bit, but at least it's something he can pick up.
Oh, look at there. Ball off the rack and I strike with it.
That's right. And you know what? I think that's because you're so relaxed when you throw a ball off the rack like that. You just get nice and easy and throw it up there. Ryan spares it up. Here's Lily, also known as Potty Mouth. She throws a pretty good ball, doesn't quite get all the way up and gets a bad break, leaving a 5-7, but it was a good toss on her end. Meanwhile, left-handed, I pull the junk out of it and go beyond Brooklyn. We thought Lily might have had a chance of picking this up here. It was looking really good, and it just had a little hook on the end. I do think the lanes were starting to break down by this point. We're getting a little bit of movement on the ball. And meanwhile, I pick up the spare nicely.
Right.
So second bowler up here is William. Comes up a little bit high, not a bad shot. Meanwhile, I gotta throw this 11-pound alley ball and I pull the crap out of it right through the nose. But we focus on spares, even with our JV kids. It's all about the spares. Cleans it up nicely. And I better pick up my spare.
With a ball that doesn't fit you.
And I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It fits me conventionally.
Yeah. I am left-handed.
Run it out like Parker Bones.
Look at there. It's like I know what I'm doing sometimes.
And look at Lexa there waving her finger at you like, no, I ain't having none of that. She steps up and throws, looks like a pretty good ball, jumps a little bit on her, goes through the nose, but she leaves just a 10-pin. She's happy about it. She likes it. Unfortunately, she doesn't get the spare, but really good count for her, so it's a good ball. Heidi is actually on the girls' team, but we had an odd number. We had 6 girls, and we only had 4 JV guys there, so she stepped up and carried a strike for the boys, so
smacking them.
Somebody had to do it for them.
Look at
Troy
there.
gets, oh, what carry. I mean, I tell you what. You might be more relaxed, but when the ball doesn't fit you very well, it's hard to throw it consistently.
This is true. And that's okay.
I thought I threw a good one lefty here, but it did not come up. A little bit light, but cleaned up the spare yet again.
Form left-handed.
That's not bad. I mean, it's a 10-pound ball. Throw a 15-pound is not so good, so. Bailey here throws another good one, comes up just a little light. Seemed to be the theme of the day, and unfortunately she misses the spare here. So as you can see, we've got 3 marks, they got 3 open, so they're not doing themselves any favors at this point. Jack's come a long way. He just threw it just straight. He's learning how to hook a little bit, but for some reason he decided to pull out the backup ball for the spare out of nowhere, which we haven't worked on all year, but did not work for him. And I come back and I make him pay by doubling up.
Crush the hole with 11-pound ball.
Troy's back on it on the left-hand side, and just a little light leaving is the bucket there, or is that just a 7? That's a 7 count.
It's 7 count.
Ariana.
Monophilia there.
Yep. Another one just comes up a hair light. Everybody's coming up just a tiny bit light there. Troy opens the door for him. She's throwing the L up there.
It was an L because she loved the shot.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it was, yeah. Looked like she might have got this one, but because lanes were a little slick in the middle, it just didn't finish like she's used to. So
That's
it didn't.
what she gets for talking smack.
That is, exactly. Carter decides to pipe it straight up the middle, leave himself a makeable spare on the right-hand side. Meanwhile, Troy yanks another one of these.
One of these things.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Carter picks up the spare. He's feeling confident, and Troy says, I'll take your confidence and I'll squash it. Nice pickup.
thank you, sir.
Back up on the lefty shot. Keep it a little more inside. Just a hair high. Not too bad. Brooke, at this point, Brooke's getting upset because she can't understand why left-handed and throwing alley balls we're picking up spares and they're missing spares. She's getting really annoyed, but you know, it is what it is. We got to show these kids sometimes that, you know, if you just have good form, you can do the right things. But I opened the door, and she left it open. So back to the top of the order.
Top of the order. Mr. Kramer.
Mr. Kramer with another 9 count. He really wanted to end the season on a strike there, but didn't quite do it. Meanwhile, I tug it and leave a split that's not great. So it looks like they've got the door open, but again, as with the girls, Kramer decides to leave the door open.
Back to left-handed again.
It's looking good off the hand, but just not quite enough finish. Lily gets up, she's feeling the pressure. And
Like, oh no.
she's the queen of throwing her hands on her head, even when she throws
Like
a good
that.
ball. Yeah, that was actually warranted this time. She's looking at the camera saying, they caught that on film.
But look at that spare.
That was a nice spare. This was not a nice spare.
This was
Unfortunately, she does it again, and
Lily.
it happens. You know, it happens to the best of us. William here throws a pretty decent ball. Now watch this spare ball by William. I don't know where he decided to pull up this I'm going to hit the one board thing, but he did it all season long. He loved to hit the one board before the arrows and see if he could hook it in there. Didn't work this time. Troy comes back with trying to hit another slasher 5. Does kick the 5 out, but leaves the 7. Back to lefty.
Whoopsie.
Oh my goodness. See, I mean, I wanted Lily to feel better, but then I turned around and said, I don't want her to feel better because I pick up my spare. That's what we call an easy spare.
Well, you didn't want to leave the 10 pin on the first shot, so you took it out first time.
Exactly right, yep. Alexa gets up here, throws a little bit left on her first ball, but she's got a chance to pick this up. And she gets the first mark for the girls squad. Very nice spare conversion.
She's an absolute blast.
She is, she's so much fun. Heidi gets back up, throwing the only strike over there for the guys' team. This time leaves it a little bit right. And throws it in the exact same spot. Trying to close the door, but not able to do so. So I step up pretty confident about this one for a good reason. They were talking smack on the next lane. I had to shut that down pretty quickly.
Can't let that happen.
Troy decides to hit the one board again. That was the one time he struck, was doing that. they use the baby split, and hey, if the varsity team pick was 2 for 2 on the 3 10s, you might as well be 1 for 1 on the 2 7s on the lefty.
That's the way you got to do it, right?
Bailey gets up. They really need a lot of help at this point. Ball just quite doesn't finish again. Trying to get some redemption. She does. She picks up the spare.
Nice job.
Jack comes back up, says, I'm not going to mess with that backup ball thing. He rifles it up there on the Brooklyn side.
There it is.
Gets a second strike for him. So at this point, the game is over, so we decided to have a little fun. So Troy's the center. I'm playing quarterback and hiked it right through my legs. It's looking good. It's looking good.
It could be.
What is that?
That is horrible.
That's the ever popular 4, 5, 7, 8.
Split.
So yeah, split. So why not
So
do it again?
What, 1, 2, 3 different splits, 4 different splits in one shot?
It ain't pretty, that's for sure. Neither was the spare shot.
No, neither was a spare shot, but
it does not go that way. But we already got the game pretty well in hand at this point. Come back with a lefty shot. I really wanted to get a strike in there lefty, but came up light again. I covered it nicely earlier, but this time I decided to chop it.
Oh, you decided to chop it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I said, we're already beaten up bad enough. Anna drops it just a little bit, almost gets the crumbler. And then I don't know what that was. We won't even talk about that spare shot.
She left some crumbs.
So Carter gets up. They do have a chance still to at least force me to mark, so he pipes the first one. He needs to double up here or it's over, and he does not. So at this point, I know we've got the game won. So I decide just move left, crank the crap out. Oh no, sorry. I move left and I throw a backup ball. I show Jack, that's how you throw a backup ball. If you're gonna throw a backup ball, do it right. So now I decided to move left and just crank the crap out of it, but it's a plastic ball on a very oily pattern with a lot of carry down, so it doesn't even sniff the headband.
No.
I tried it again, and it doesn't sniff the headband again, but it didn't matter at this point. 172, 147, got the victory.
There you go, doing the between the legs thing.
That's right, we're supposed to be left-handed, but we figured, why not, this counts. Almost gets the strike. Goes back to lefty, though, to clean up the spare. So Brooke wants to finish it off on a high note.
There's a ball coming back the wrong way. The boys are over there being clowns. Let's kick the ball.
Kick it!
And they kick it, sir.
We did a lot better when we were kicking it during our other video we did last year.
Well, that was a house ball. It was plastic.
True, there you go. Yeah, that was the difference. So Brooke gets a strike on her first ball in the 10th, proceeds to then pick up the spare. Very well done.
Bravo.
But not quite enough, 139, 106. So we ended up taking all 4 of the matches there. So that wraps up our season. That wraps up our little fun practice. We went 4-0.
We went 4-0.
That's right. Back on just enough for us to say that we went 4-0 and then it cut back out again. So we're saying some very profound things on how much we love coaching the kids and how great the season was and so much fun and we're so much better bowlers than they are and maybe not that last part.
Maybe not that last part. It sounded good though.
Yeah, it sounded good. I asked if they have anything to say to the camera. They didn't.
They freeze up.
Yeah. The one time I guess that's how we get them to stop talking is we just point a camera in their face.
Give them a microphone and a camera and...
The most disappointing thing of this whole microphone debacle, though, was at the very end. We always do a 1, 2, 3 dogs count before every match. So Burke Bulldogs, we pipe in, and it was the loudest 1, 2, 3 dogs you've ever heard in your life. All right, well, we lost all of the audio from that game because our stupid thing turned off. So we'll have to fill in with some music. But no audio in that game, I don't think. Hey, what do you want to tell the people that you told throughout the entire game?
Okay, let me just give you a rundown. Oh my god. Sorry. So basically, I said that it was rigged. They rigged it before we got here because they were the only ones getting strikes over here. A little strange if you ask me. I'm really good. We're really good, I swear. I swear. Don't mind our score. So yeah, bye fans. Smash that like button. Smash that like button.